Breaking news right now, a man found under a house with a bullet wound. A 21-year-old shot and pistol whipped off Claiborne Street, and he ran under the house there on Perkins Street nearby. Went to the hospital, but should be all right. All right, some other breaking news we've been watching. It's been a weird night here in Music City. 3 people show up at the hospital with gunshot wounds. They do, and not long after that, we learned that someone was robbed near that scene. And Matthew Torres saw it. It's Vanderbilt. He's at Vanderbilt right now with the latest. Matthew, what happened?
Well, Amy, yeah, it was an eerie sight, I will say, knowing that what happened afterwards, all the information we learned afterwards. So just before 4 a.m., I heard just a woman yell for police. You can hear her say, "Police, police, police," just behind our live truck. Before then, I saw a white pickup just pull next to the vehicle that woman was in. Come to find out, she was an overnight nurse who was robbed at gunpoint. Now, we also learned this morning that the gunman inside the white pickup, stole that pickup from a man inside this parking garage at gunpoint, took his wallet as well. But come to find out, police say the gunmen who stole the vehicle also linked to several robberies that happened this morning. If we could take a look at the live shot right now from photojournalist Gary Pacula, who's out on LaGrange Drive, that white pickup you see right there was set on fire when police found it about an hour ago. That is the suspect vehicle. At this point, we've learned that the suspects actually set it on fire before running away. This all stemmed earlier this morning outside the Jazzy's nightclub on Hampton Street in North Nashville. Police say the gunman approached a group of guys in their car and demanded money. One of the suspects then started firing shots into the vehicle and injured 3 of them. In fact, the 3 people drove here with their car shot up and drove up here to Vanderbilt maybe around 3 o'clock this morning. They're being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. And then the incident with the carjacking and the nurse getting robbed happened shortly after that. In fact, we were still here going live. The police were still out here when the 2 robberies occurred. So you're talking about a bold move. This is something that normally obviously never happens, knowing that police were just outside of the robberies. Now, from then on, police said the gunman then robbed a produce store on Baptist World Center Drive and then robbed someone outside an apartment complex by it. After that, investigators say they then robbed a group of people waiting for a tour bus to go to a TSU game. In fact, one of the suspects tried to shoot the group of people, but the gun stopped working. A person who was waiting to get on the bus then pulled out a gun and fired shots at the suspects, but it never hit any of the suspects. So this morning, police are still searching for the gunman. So far, Vanderbilt police have actually released somewhat of a description on them. One of them 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, black male with short dreadlocks, and last seen wearing a black and white t-shirt with a white sleeveless undershirt and baggy blue jeans. So again, a lot of information that we had to sift through this morning, but if you have information that can help out police, call police at 615-74-CRIME. And of course, we'll be staying on top of this and provide any updates on newschannel5.com. For now, we're reporting live. I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5. Thank you, Matthew. A 16-year-old boy is in the hospital this morning after a shooting near the Priest Lake community. It happened last night at a home on Village Green. Metro Police tell us the teen was showing 2 men his gun when one grabbed it and shot the teen at least twice in the stomach. He was taken to Vanderbilt in serious condition. Right now, police are trying to track down the suspects. If you have any information, you can call that same number Matthew mentioned, Crime Stopper 615-74-CRIME. Some new information this morning now. A fire inside a truck repair shop. One guy had to go to the hospital. We're told that diesel and tire rubber caught fire somehow inside a Murfreesboro Pike garage. A guy living in an apartment next door had to go to the hospital for some smoke inhalation. He should be okay, we're told. The cause of the blaze is still under investigation. Also new this morning, a man wanted for crimes across 2 states is behind bars thanks to a fast-acting homeowner. Investigators say that James Handy stole a hat and sunglasses from a Mount Juliet Walmart yesterday. Well, afterwards, he was spotted running off into some nearby woods. Police put out an alert, and as officers were chasing after him, a man spotted Handy in his backyard. What did he do? He held him at gunpoint until police showed up. We're told Handy does have warrants in 3 counties in Tennessee and even in Texas. He's now facing several charges.
A police officer is waking up behind bars this morning following some shocking allegations. Christopher Page is accused of injuring his 3-month-old son, Gunnar, earlier this month. The baby was taken to the hospital where he died a week later. TBI agents charged Page with first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse yesterday. He's an officer with the Paris Police Department. A suspected killer and one of the state's most wanted has been caught after nearly a year on the run. Metro Police found Barry Moore hiding out in a garage on Augusta Way last night. The 28-year-old was wanted for shooting and killing Justin Rowick back in 2014.
4 people, including 3 children, are recovering this morning after their car slammed into a school bus. Happened yesterday morning on Highway 130 in Franklin County. Troopers tell us the car drove through a stop sign and smacked into that school bus loaded with kids headed to North Lake Elementary School. The driver of the car and the 3 kids in the car went to the hospital. No word on their conditions. None of the students on the bus were injured. In just a few hours, Mayor-elect Megan Barry will become Mayor Megan Barry. Mayor Carl Dean will hand over the reign at the Music City Center this afternoon. Barry beat out her opponent, David Fox, at the runoff election earlier this month with 55% of the vote. She is Nashville's first female mayor. News Channel 5 will be at the Music City Center covering every moment of this historic ceremony. You can watch it live on News Channel 5 Plus beginning at 2 o'clock today. More than 200 soldiers from the 101st returned home recently. A welcome home ceremony held at Fort Campbell about 5 hours ago. It's for the returning members of the 1st Brigade Combat Team. They were in Afghanistan helping the country's national army, so we welcome them home and job well done.